what I want to talk about real quick. What I want to talk about is darkness. Want to talk about darkness? The majority of the world lives in darkness. And I'm not saying this to put Christians on a pedestal, because a lot of Christians are living in darkness today. And I'm not saying that to say that I'm holier than thou. I'm saying this according to biblical science. Okay, the science that I understand growing up as a child, the difference between being religious and being born again. There's a difference. There's a big fat difference between being born again and being religious. Now, a lot of people that are religious, they're going to act like your average person, okay, and just be mad about stuff and laugh at stuff and mock stuff. And, you know, at that moment when you're supposed to care, okay, you don't care, okay? They're going to do that, okay? They're going to have that issue, okay? People are going to have that issue, okay? The world lives in darkness. The world lives in disobedience to God. Your problem in life is not your wife as much as it is your relationship with God. Your problem in life is not your husband. It's not your job. It's not, you know, it's not anything as much as it is your relationship with God. And your relationship with God, and I'm talking about secular and Christians, okay, your relationship with God, okay, should be your relationship with God should be the dominance of everything in your life, okay? You know, just at work, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, I should be mad right now. I should be angry. But I understand two things, that this doesn't happen every day, okay? This is not going to happen every day of my life. And number two, you know, when people that look down on you and make fun of you and criticize you and go out of their way, you know, they have to tell you, oh, thank you for hanging in there for me, thank you for waiting on me, you know, then you know that you're doing the right thing. You know that you're doing something that you don't have to do, but you did it because why? You have this inner peace in your life and in your heart, okay, that, you know, sure, you're going to get angry sometimes, okay, you're going to get angry, okay, you're going to get angry sometimes, and you're going to get bitter sometimes, okay, but, you know, your life is not your bitterness, it's not your anger, okay, you as a human, you have more than just your body and your sickness and your sex appeal and the clothes you wear and who's doing what for you at work and who's doing what for you at home. You have more than just the selfish part of your life. You have a part of you that makes you do good to others, makes you forgive your enemies, makes you hang in there and do what's right even when it's exhausting, okay? You have this in you when you're a born-again Christian because God gives it to you. Now, don't get me wrong. There's people in the world, okay, that, you know, are good people and they do great things. But you got to ask yourself, what's the difference between people in the world that do great things and people that are considered nice people, but they don't do the same thing? What's the difference? Well, my friend, the difference is it's still God. Only God, you know, when you're a Christian, you automatically receive the gifts. You receive gifts that are higher than any other person. Like, we receive spiritual gifts. They're called spiritual gifts. Look it up in the Bible. Christians receive spiritual gifts, okay? But people in the world receive divine gifts to do good. It's still a gift. It's not just you doing it. It's a gift, because if it was just, you know, your upbringing that make you act like this, all your siblings would act like this, regardless of what their genetics are. They would act like that too. If you're doing good and you're feeding the puppies, let's say, or you decided to reach out to people that are hurting and broken. You decided that, you know, you want to love women and reach out to women instead of just having sex with them. And you know, some men reach out to women with their giving unto alms and their charities. Some men use their penis, excuse my French, to give out to women. You know, some men love women like Jesus loved women. Even though they're not a Christian, they love women like Jesus loved women. Jesus, and by the way, Jesus never did anything with Mary Magdalene. Okay? The only thing Jesus did with Mary Magdalene was cast out them demons that were in her. But he was never in any physical relationship with her. Neither is the disciple that Jesus loved gay. Neither is Jesus gay. Bite my butt, okay? None of that stuff is true, okay? However, Jesus, some men love women, for example, like Jesus loved women. To minister to them, to their main need. A woman's main need is not sex. A man's main need is not sex. But if you're a person who does good to other people, it's a gift. Don't pat yourself on the back about it until you pat God on his back about it, because it's a gift of God. It's a gift of God. Okay? It is. It really is. All right? It's a gift of God. God loves us. And God will show grace to whom he will show grace. He will bless those, even the unjust, he will bless them. I guess that's you trying to say you trying to get over. You going to get over, or you just running around with a turn signal on for no reason? Dummy. Oh, well, he did get over. What am I thinking? Okay, you did get over. You did that so smooth, I didn't even see it. Okay, anyway. God loves us, and God is real. And the atheist will say, how can God love us when he's not real? If God didn't love you, you'd be dead. Just like, you know, if the earth wasn't created for humans, okay, you'd be dead. Okay? Every little sin that you do would kill you if it wasn't for God's grace. You go out and commit a sex act, it would kill you. You would constantly be killed by the Grim Reaper if God didn't have grace on the wicked. Okay? Every little sin you did, you would die. The earthquake hit, everybody dies. The tsunami, you know, the typhoon, whatever, everybody dies. Okay? There's no reason to leave anybody living if there is no God. The only way anybody can live is through God. In fact, you wouldn't even be born if there was no God. The womb wouldn't be able to develop. Why does one woman have a child? Why is one woman barren, first of all, and another woman, okay, is having babies faster than you can make you know, McDonald's hamburgers? Okay? Why is one woman who's in the best shape and eats right and has good genetics in her family tree, why is she having a miscarriage? Why is she having complications? And you, with your drug addict butt, okay, have a healthy child? Okay? Due to science. That's God. That is God. There's a lot of women out here on crack that are having extremely healthy babies that grow up to be basketball stars, that die at a ripe old age. Okay? Why does one person, okay, live with epilepsy all his life while he takes special drugs and special diets and that to get off of epilepsy, okay? And another person gets epilepsy and he gets healed of it while he smokes and drinks and does everything he shouldn't be doing. He goes to the doctors and it dies off over time. The science is God. The science is God. Now let's go somewhere else. Darkness. Like I said, darkness. Okay? The whole world is living in darkness. You know how you are living, you know that you're living in darkness when you feel that everything in your life is your choice because it's your choice. And it's good because it's your choice, but if it's not good, you don't care because it's your choice. It doesn't matter whether it makes sense or not, okay? It doesn't matter whether it makes sense or not. It's your choice. So therefore, you want to do it because it's your choice and that's all you care about, okay? You know you're living in darkness when you do something and you're dishonest. You got whole generations of people out there, for example, and you got whole nations who are in the sex trade without being in the sex trade. Like, you got women out there who use their body. You got more prostitutes in this world than you do regular women. Regular, moral, decent women that ain't Christian, okay? You got more prostitutes than that because a lot of women will marry a man for his money. That's a prostitute. A lot of women will marry a man because of what it looks like for her, because there's something in it for her other than love. That's prostitution, okay? A lot of women will change after they get married. Men will too. That's prostitution. You don't buy somebody by putting on a fake happy face. You don't buy somebody by putting on fake tears and fake emotions and all like that. And then as soon as you got this man where you want him, you treat him like he's the worst person you've ever been with, okay? But you just told him the other day he was the best thing that ever happened to you. You stood up in church and said, he's the best thing that ever happened to me, okay? A lot of men and women, okay, will marry someone knowing that they don't plan to stay with this person forever. A lot of men, as well as women, especially women, will do it. You knew, I did. I knew that my marriage to my ex-wife was probably had an expiration date. I tried to keep that expiration date from happening, but where I felt at in my marriage, on my part of it, was I knew that, first of all, this woman wasn't right for me because she wasn't a woman of God. Second of all, I knew that we weren't compatible. Even if she was a Christian, we weren't compatible. Okay? And I knew that my marriage probably had an expiration date, but I wanted to lie to myself because at that moment I felt that I needed her. Why? I was better off being single. And now here I am divorced at a time when I wish I had a wife. Okay? But I'm going to say it again. Okay? Americans naturally lie about everything. We lie. We lie. You know you're living in darkness when you're never really, really, really honest. When you're honest, okay, it hurts. to be really honest, it hurts. It really does. It hurts to really be honest. Okay? It hurts to be honest. And if it doesn't hurt for you to be honest, that's probably because you're not telling the full truth. Okay? You know, if you're really, really honest, you're going to lose some money. If you're really, really, really honest, you're going to be, you know, you lost the battle. If you're very honest with your enemy, you just got your butt kicked. If you're really honest with your wife, okay, you're leaving it open for her to, you know, well, that goes both ways. Being completely honest with your wife is better intimacy. And I mean being honest, you know, differently than you're being honest on your YouTube channel. Okay? Yeah, sure, you're going to get on YouTube and you're going to say, oh, you know, I got nothing to, everybody knows I'm honest. And I'm going to get on here and judge people because I'm honest. I'm going to get on here and tell everybody the truth. But yet, when it comes to certain topics like family, how you feel about your family, and why you really, 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 really want to criticize people on YouTube, and all like that, you're not being honest. You're not even being honest with your own wife. Because if you were being honest with your own wife, your wife would ask you, hey, sweetheart, you don't have to do this. She would tell you, you don't have to do this. If it bothers you, if you have a conviction about this, why do you do it? You don't have to do this. Okay? You don't have to do it. Just stop doing it. Just do something different. Or just be honest with your YouTube subscribers and tell them the truth. Oh, I'm picking on this person because it makes me feel a certain way. Or I'm picking on this person because people were like that really, really, really get to me. I have like this inner hatred for people like that. That's why I do it. Don't get on there and lie. Okay? Don't get on there and lie and say that, you know, you got it all together when you don't. Okay? And I see a lot of you lying on YouTube because you know that you have ulterior and inner motives for saying the things that you say. You know you do. You know you do. You know you do. You know you have ulterior motives for the things that you say. And you have inner motives, like really in your emotions, in your feelings, like racial feelings or feelings against people that, you know, but instead of hating on people that might do drugs while they have kids, should you be attacking them or should you be attacking, you know, the drugs and the fact that our country, you know, doesn't shut down access to these drugs because it would cost them something, okay? Something big, actually, okay? You know what I mean? Here's another thing. Let's go somewhere else, too. Love the sinner, hate the sin. Y'all don't believe it's a possibility. I know it's a possibility because I do it every day. And people that have been in and out of my life as my enemy know that I live my life like this. They know that. I love the sinner, I hate the sin. And I've had plenty. This is why I was married for 10 years. All the fighting that we didn't do nothing but fight. But I love the sinner, I hated the sin. The jobs that I've had, I've always patiently waited and patiently sat down again and again and again, you know, with people to make changes and help them make changes and willing to make sacrifices to make changes again and again and again before I said, you know what, maybe I should get another job. All the bosses and supervisors and all the co-workers that have treated me wrong, bullying me on the job, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? They can't believe that a year later I'm riding them home from work every day. This is what us Christians do. We forgive people. You know what I mean? There's a guy at my job right now that won't forgive me. But you know what the Lord told me to do? The Lord told me forget about him. Forgive him. Forgive him and let it go. And when I'm around him, I say hello. When he's alone with me, I say hello to him. And I don't hold a grudge. He's holding a grudge, so a lot of times I'll just wave to him because I know if I say something to him, he's not going to answer me back. But he's holding a grudge because he did something wrong and he got busted, and I made sure he got busted for it. I made sure that he was never going to do that again, which is my right as a security officer to make sure he doesn't ever do that again. And I did so. Okay? And that's what I did. Okay? But nevertheless, that's not a reason to hold a grudge. Okay? That's not a reason to hold a grudge. You know, he could have came, he probably told his boss the very thing that he didn't tell me. I was really angry that day, having problems at home, whatever. I'm sorry. But he's not going to say that to me, though. He's not going to say that to me. See, he's not going to say that to me. He's not going to tell me that he is really, really, really sorry. But you know that you're living in darkness when you can't forgive people. You can sit there and claim that God don't exist all you want to. You can sit there and claim that morality is subjective all you want to. You can sit there and, you know what I'm saying, claim, that, forgiveness is a weakness and that sometimes you shouldn't forgive people because that just makes a punk out of you. You can say that all you want to, but all that leads to the fact that you are living in darkness. You are literally living in darkness. Okay? And whatever is in my life, I dealt with a guy here. Let's go somewhere else. This is another way you know you're living in darkness. There's this guy today who went out and bought a car that is cheaper, that he bought cheaper than mine. Well, no, not really cheaper. Well, he got it cheaper because of his credit. But in the long run, he's going to pay more money than what I'm paying because he's going to pay the full balance on the car. But anyway, he wanted to address me and let me know that he got a car, a more recent car, the same make and model that I have for, 2019, 2020. Wait a minute. His car is almost brand new. He got it secondhand. My car is used. He got a secondhand car. I'll put it like that. Okay? My car looks better, in my opinion, than his. The new model of this car, I'm glad he got that car because this car looks more sportsy than his car. His car looks kind of boxy. It looks more like a town car or something like that. The new model coming out for 2019. Well, the new model that is out for 2019, okay, is not as classy as the 2015 model. I have the 2015 model. I didn't know, and I can tell you right now, a lot of people aren't buying that's what you get for riding on my bumper. Okay? That way you wouldn't have to do sudden stops on, you're supposed to have 1,000 feet between one car to the other, dude. You ain't supposed to be, 5 feet behind me all the way in. But anyway, that's how people get hit in the rear end. They need to make a turn. You on their bumper, you ain't giving them enough time to hit the brake. But anyway, his car is a newer version, and with his good credit, I have bad credit. With his good credit, he paid less money in the short run than what I paid well, he's paying less money in the short run, okay? But for me, since my credit is bad, I'm going to pay more money in the long run. I mean, and I'm going to pay more money in the short run. He's paying less money in the short run. But at the end, he's going to have spent, unless he refinances. Now, he wants to sell me his car. And I don't think he really wants to sell it to me. He's like, oh, I'll sell you my car for blah, 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 blah. I said, why did you go get this model if you didn't like it? Oh, I got it because it was cheap. Okay, dude. It's cheap. It's cheap because you either paid it off, or it's cheap because you got good credit and you made the payments, okay? You still got to pay what the car is worth. Now, I'm not sure if he bought it straight out, or if he might have bought it straight off from a private user, okay? I think he might have bought it off with straight cash from a private user. Now he wants to sell it. And he doesn't really want to sell it, okay? He sold it because his other car had a lot of miles on it or whatever. And so he was buying another car. Now, this is a guy who, like me, wants to be an entrepreneur. He wants to live the better life, okay? He wants to live the better life. I should have been over here in that right lane. Left lane, actually. I should have been over there. I'm gonna go up here and turn around. Then again, I might just stay over here. You know what I mean? Because I haven't been up this way yet. Then again, yes, I have. I've been up here. But my point is, this guy is real arrogant. He wants to tease me. I'm going to here and have breakfast. He wants to tease me. He wants to tease me with his car because his car is a different year than mine and the models are different, which I'm going to say again, I like my model better. They've taken some things out of the new model. They've taken some things out. And that's not good. I like the model that I have. I'm not going to tell you my car. I think I did a video with a picture of my car. But I like my car, and this car was everybody congratulated me when I got this car, because compared to other cars that I could have got for the same price in the same financial bubble that I'm in, okay, this is a better car. Since I'm in this financial bubble, in order to have a car, this is a better car. Now, however, my bubble is my bubble. Unless you're trying to get me out of my bubble, there's no reason for you to brag. Unless you're a financial consultant that wants to invest in me and help me out of my bubble, there's no reason for you to brag and talk about what you got compared to what I got and act like, I'm this guy that's out here struggling, okay? And I told him to his face, I says, the only way you can brag about what you got, first of all, even on an innocent level, it's never good to brag. It's kind of arrogant and silly to brag. But the only way that you can, before you brag, please be advised that you are working a job, that you have to answer to a supervisor and a boss every day, and people are walking on you to make their life easier and to make their careers more laid back and successful. They're walking on you. Meanwhile, they're trying to get ahead, and they got to answer to somebody higher than them, just like you do. And they talk to you certain ways and all like that they don't have to. Okay? You got 2 jobs, bro. I got 1. Okay? You have a wife, okay? And you don't have any kids yet. My kids are grown, and they are independent, okay? My stepson makes more money than me, and he has a wife and 2 kids. And his wife was barren. She didn't expect to have kids. Now, they have 2 precious kids, which I did a video not too long ago, and I showed you, my grandbaby, that went to church with me about 3 Sundays ago, okay? He is blessed of God. But you holding down a job and you telling me that you're not a businessman yet? You should be a businessman by now. With this, I cannot imagine Donald Trump ever teasing anybody about what they have compared to what he has better. Okay? I don't think Donald Trump would do that. Donald Trump would say something instead like, well, if it were me, this is what I would do. And, I would like to help you. I don't know if you can afford it, or I'd like to help you with that bubble that you're in. If you can trust me, I can get you out of this bubble. I can make it easier for you. I can help you spend less money on that car than what you're spending on it, and blah, 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 blah. Okay? But he wouldn't just say, hey, come here, hey, you want to buy my car? When you really don't want to sell me your car. I don't have the money to buy your car. And it's your way of saying, oh, well, being you like the model that you're driving, I got a better model sitting outside. I got a better car at home, and, I'll sell you this car. That's darkness, folks. That's darkness. That's darkness. And I don't really think he wants to sell me his car. I think he just wants to be arrogant and flash the fact that he makes more money than me. Okay? He just wants to flash. Let's go one more place. I don't know where I want to go, but you're living in darkness when you think that sex is something to be sexualized. Sex, when you are okay with the idea that sex sells, even when when you're okay with the idea of porn, when you're okay with the idea of commercials on television that are sexualized, okay? When teenagers are sexualized to sell teenage clothing, or teenagers are sexualized in the movies, or teenagers are sexualized by their parents, okay? When cheerleaders are sexualized, when dancers are sexualized, when everybody is sexualized today. It's a big thing that's not being treated as big and bad as it is. Everything and everybody is sexualized today. Women are wearing clothes to make themselves look more sexually appealing in public. But when you take them clothes off with the man that you are in love with, the fat is going to show. All the flab and all the love handles and all that's going to show. Okay? Women control men by the idea that men starve for sex. If you're starving for sex, you're not a man. A man doesn't starve for sex. A man buys himself a wife that he feels that he would have, that he would feel that he would be sexually obsessed with. Like, you know, some men want a wife that they can be obsessed with sexually, and some men just want a wife that's sexable, okay? But a man marries a woman that is sexable to start off with. That's the way it is. Sexable to him. She's not sexable to everybody. She's sexable to you. It doesn't matter what your friends think of her. You know, some people, like these arrogant SOBs, will sit there and say, oh, you dating her. I was thinking you, what happened to the other girl? Okay? You found someone that's going to love you back. You found someone that you can trust. Okay? Let it go. And she's sexable. And the truth, ladies and gentlemen, about sex is that sexuality between a man and a woman just has to be sexable. Okay? And it doesn't matter if she's overweight a little bit. It doesn't matter if she's skin and bones. If she's sexable to you, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. If you are willing to sleep with her, then you should be willing to marry her. If she's sexable enough for you to sleep with, she's sexable enough for to be your wife. I forgot to turn my do not disturb on. Sorry about that. If she's sexy enough for you to sleep with her, okay, she's sexable enough to be your wife. Okay, when you consummate your relationship at the hotel on your honeymoon, that's a one-night stand. It's only going to be one time. And then the rest of your life, okay, you're going to try and reinvent that situation. Okay? And consummate over and over again. But you're going to do that one time. If you can find her sexable enough to sleep with her, then she is sexable enough to be your wife. The problem is she woman enough? Is she mature enough? Is she spiritual enough? Is she loving and giving and caring enough to be your wife? That's the big question. All you people out there fornicating and dating fornicators, this is why you're crying. This is why you're having temper tantrums. This is why you're throwing stuff around. This is why you're breaking up and breaking up and breaking up and dumping and dumping and dumping people. Because fornicators, dating fornicators is a hellhole. It's hell on earth. There is no love outside the bonds of marriage. If you love a woman enough to move in with her, but you don't love her enough to marry her, that's highway robbery, man. That's robbery. And that's lying and cheating. But see, you get off because she's a fornicator, she's a liar, and she's a cheater too. But you got a fornicator, a liar, and a cheater dating a fornicator, liar, and cheater. Okay? And you wonder why you break up. You wonder why you got, what is it? A body count of 20 lovers in your life or more. You wonder how this happened. Because you ain't smart. You ain't thinking. And I just realized I left my cell phone at work. Or did I? Did I leave my cell phone at work? Oh, I did it again. I'm talking on my cell phone. Big dummy. I wanted to look at the time and that. But anyway, I'm closing here because I'm going in this Burger King. I ain't had no Burger King breakfast in a long time. I'm going to go in here and get me some Burger King. But I just wanted you to think about that. You live in darkness. All of you that reject God. That reject trying to get your life right with God. A lot of y'all are on the fence. You're saying, oh, one of these days I'll get my life right with God. Maybe when I'm really old and I settle down with my... Wait. The woman you're with, you're not going to settle down with her? Did you tell her that? Did you tell the woman you're with that you're going to settle down with a woman that you can go to church with and have a relationship with God with? You mean to tell me this woman that you're with, that you're having good bang, bang, bang with, and y'all living in a house and paying bills together, you didn't tell her that she's not forever? You didn't tell her that she has an expiration date? Interesting. Think about that. And think about why you got it like that. You're living in darkness, that's why. You should never ever unzip your pants. I'm talking Bible. Yeah, I know you hate it, but I'm talking Bible. You should never unzip your pants for somebody that you don't plan to have a future with. There's no such thing as just having a good time. Consensual sex between adults. All you people that have had consensual sex between adults have gotten suckered into a marriage that you didn't mean to be in, like I did. You got suckered into moving in with a woman and supporting her family that you didn't mean to, okay? Big dummy. Where'd it go? There it is. You got suckered in to all these things, okay? You got suckered in, okay? And you got suckered into spending money that you didn't need to spend. You got suckered into babysitting and raising kids that you know you didn't mean to have, and you didn't mean to be stuck being their stepfather, okay? All you fornicators, you've got suckered into breaking people's heart and getting your heart broken. And you thought as a man that, oh, I'm just getting my whistle wet, I'm just busting my nut. But yet these women are breaking your heart, and there's always that one girl out of the group that once you got her, she was a keeper when you told yourself no woman can keep you. But yet this woman kept you for a few minutes, and then she dumped you because you wasn't classic enough for her. Because why? You know why you wasn't classic enough for her? Because just like every other man, you are running your life by your penis instead of by your morals. You're not supposed to run your life by your libido. You're supposed to run your life by your morals. Morals are the gas that run your life. Some people have more morals than others. Some people understand morality in higher class terms than others. Being a Christian will take you to higher levels of morality. Morality is what we live off of. Jesus is the goal. Jesus is the author and the finisher. But the morality is the inside scoop. It's the map. It's the plan of how we survive and how we get around. Okay? But the rest of y'all are living in darkness. You can laugh all you want to. Atheists are living in darkness. Sure, you can survive in darkness, like I said before. You can survive as an atheist. You can survive as a homosexual. You can survive as a transgender person that had your whacker cut off to be trans. You can survive and lay in your casket and smile. But you still had to go through all the heartache in this life and the life to come. Okay? Just heartache after heartache after heartache while you try to hold on to your fake smile. Okay? God bless you. I am D-Roy Cruz. I am your life applications officer. This has been fun. Please subscribe, like, share, dislike, leave a comment. Stay tuned for more. God bless you. Oh, they don't want to, you don't